meeting to order. Let's start with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start with the roll call.
Janice.
Here.
Pointer.
Here.
Trogdon.
Here.
Voigt.
Here.
Farnham. Not here. Funkhauser.
Here.
Keller.
Here. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the July 13th, 2011 meeting. So moved. Second. Jeff Boyd moves. Jeff Pointer seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I need a motion to approve the claims against the county. Everybody had a chance to look at the claims.
So moved.
Got a motion, second. Any discussion on claims? Hearing no discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item 6, I need a motion to approve county board members' claims. Burley moves. Jeff second. Jeff Pointer second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item 7, we have resolutions, county board. First resolution authorizing the county board chairman to execute a contract with Voight's Contractors, Inc. as apparent low bidder for bridge replacement in Ross Township. Any questions about the bridge? Either replacing or closing this bridge.
So moved.
Been moved by Van, second by Berlin. There'll be a roll call vote on
Janice.
that. Yes.
Pointer.
Yes.
Trogdon.
Yes.
Voigt.
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
That motion carried. Next resolution is a resolution authorizing the county board chairman to sign agreement with local agency agreement for federal participation in the following sign upgrade. This is a federal mandate that we upgrade all the signage for better visibility and reflection. Aaron, anything to add to that?
So moved.
Moved by Jeff Boyd, second by Jeff Pointer. As soon as we get through signing here, we'll have another roll call vote. There'll be a roll call vote, please.
Janice.
Yes.
Pointer.
Yes.
Trogdon.
Yes.
Voigt.
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Yeah. Voigt. Pointer. Jenness.
Yes.
Pointer.
Yes.
Trogdon.
Yes.
Voigt.
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
Next resolution, authorizing the county board chairman into an intergovernmental agreement to undertake and carry out Ike disaster recovery program for Brockton, Kansas, Metcalf, and Tremaine.
So moved.
Moved by Jeff White,
Second.
second by Ben Jones.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question of Aaron.
Yes.
Aaron, approximately what is the potential for that grant money for those 4 communities?
About $1 million.
Yes.
Jenness.
Yes.
Pointer.
Yes.
Trogdon.
Yes.
Voigt.
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
The last resolution, because of time restraints, I would ask for a motion to table. Motion by Pointer, second. Second by Kevin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. I assume we'll have this back on the agenda next month.
Or that.
So last week I said I wouldn't come up early in the second, or anything, things too long. Item number 8. File administrative order number 2011-3, reappointing Arthur Irwin as jury commissioner for a 3-year term expiring April 15th, 04. Any motion to file that? Jeff Pointer moves, Kevin Trogdon seconds. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item number 9. Resolution appointing John Ennis as Commissioner of Brockton Drainage District for a 3-year term.
So moved.
Jeff Boyd moves. Kevin seconds. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They give you the right one, Terry?
Oh, yeah, on the Ennis, yes, we do.
Janice.
Yes.
Pointer.
Yes.
Brogdon.
Yes.
Voight.
Yes.
Funkhouse.
Yes.
The motion carries. Item 10, we have a resolution to appoint Jay Schuler as Commissioner of Hughes Drainage District for a 3-year term expiring September 14th.
So moved.
Ben Jennings. Hang on, we'll come back. Need a second? Berlin seconds.
Janice.
Yes.
You.
Pointer.
Yes.
Brogdon.
Yes.
Voight.
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
Carried. Item 11, I'd like to have that stricken from the agenda. There was a motion to reschedule the September 13th board meeting to September 20th. That is no longer necessary because the boards have vacated the courtroom for a separate meeting. There was a conflict there. That's been taken care of. Item 12, approve Edgar County Airport contract with Jimmy D. Wells. Be a 3-year contract, no pay increase. Earl moves, Kevin seconds. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Don will talk about it a little bit more, but we are on target. We've got approximately 75% of the year passed by us, and we've spent about 66% of our budget. So from that standpoint, that's a good thing. So that's about all I had to report at this point.
Typically, this time of year, we're running ahead of our budget. But it seems to catch up to the year, seems to be quite a bit of things come due toward the end of the year. And although I hope that trend continues, most every department head has worked very hard and are watching what they spend and not spending anything not necessary.
Mr. Chairman, I also wanted to point out that we are going through the budget process now. All the department heads and elected officials have the budgets. We're working on them, and we hope to have, once we get our insurance information in, we can start to construct the budget by the end of the month, hopefully, and start to have working copies out to the board here fairly shortly.
Want everyone to keep in mind that if our budget comes in a little under, that's great, but we're still $600,000 plus. And right now, we're in the red 707. So it's we got to start working on it, but we also have to start working on our deficit. It's got a long road to hoe. Thank you. Jeff, anything?
Yes, I received a letter on Monday from Larry Soberg requesting retirement from the animal shelter as of August the 19th, 2011. So I move to accept this letter of retirement.
Is there a second? Berlin seconds. Before we vote, I would like to, even though Larry is not here today, I would like to thank him for his years of service, doing him well in his retirement. All those in favor of such accepting the letter of retirement, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I wish you well. Berlin. Man,
They're finishing up on the courthouse. They came cleaned on the second floor. They still got some concrete work to do and some more work a little higher on gutters, cleaning them out. And then the courthouse will be done, and we'll be able to find out final bill and how we come out on it. As of now, we don't have that final. And on insurance, I think, what, the 20th? Is that the date? 22nd. We have two bidders, or two people picked up. I'm assuming they're going to be two people picked up from two different agencies, and we get them in the 22nd. We'll be able to, and this is for the health insurance. We'll be able to go over what they have and hopefully get the information that Jeff needs for his budget. And I don't know if we have it by the end of the month. It'll be close. If we get it in the 22nd, we'll look over the different options they have and make some decisions on it.
We'll have an idea.
Yes.
I mean, it may not be the final, but at least it's enough to start working off of.
Kevin,
Airport crosswind runways under construction as we speak.
let's start this week.
Monday. On Monday, equipment's out there that got 120 days. needed. Weather permitting, council days. Don't see a problem with it. I'd like to thank Augie for catching the management contract. I'll go to 3-year contracts with the management.
Very good. Again, constantly remind people,
Jeff mentioned, we've had some state money come in. The state's fiscal year ended June 30th. Under normal circumstances, in the past, we wouldn't have anything for the new fiscal year yet anyway in August. But as far as what we do not have yet for the previous state fiscal year that ended June 30th, we're looking at right around $102,000 in reimbursements total, and around $104 in income tax total. So about $206,000 that is still owed for up through June. We are current on sales, supplemental sales, local use. That stuff is right where it should be, but income tax, we still are owed May and June's. So if we had a couple $100,000 more right now, that would probably dance a jig for you, huh?
I think though we're fairly confident we will receive the income, although late.
I'm confident we'll probably receive most of this. It's just that I'm bothered that it's going to be pushing back what we're supposed to be getting for the current state fiscal year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my concern, because I think we're going to be running on fumes. Well, we're running on fumes anyway, but it's going to get worse.
That's just, I understand, and that always messes up our budget process, because what they owe us for last fiscal year, we can't consider.
Right. The check in the mail scenario seems like it's getting pushed back, and we'll just do the best we can.
But it goes back to what I was talking about a while ago with our total indebtedness. We can no longer depend on that state to be accurate, or even receive it at all. So we have to take action, which our committee has started to correct it ourselves, which is one of the things.
Our legislators, Jim, we met with them at the Farm Bureau meeting the other night, and they suggested to us that the state is slowly starting to pull out of its cycle of non-payment, and that this was Ryder and Chapin, Eddie, and that they were feeling more confident in the state's ability to live up to its obligations in a more timely fashion. They did see light at the end of the tunnel, and I hadn't had an opportunity to tell Don that, but Jeff and I and Merlin were there, and we got a pretty good feeling about the way the state was moving. Now, that doesn't mean that something's not going to be reverting, but for the time being, maybe it will help.
Glad someone is confident. We haven't seen the evidence, but I'm certainly glad that they will. Anything else?
It's as normal. It is slowed down as far as tax collections right now, but it should start picking up. As far as another distribution, somewhere in the next week or two, but there really hasn't been that much collected, so it'll just be a very small shopping arm.
Our final is due
September 8th, and we'll send out.
That's about 40%.
Yeah, Jeff, what did you say as far as the collections?
We got 429, so you can figure it'll be about 280,000, plus or minus $5,000.
As far as overall collections, I think we're in the 60-some percent.
62 or 63.
And as your delinquencies have been catching up.
We've had people trickling in. Some of them, when their penalties only, when their bill's only $100, the penalty's only $1.50. So it's not like,
Right.
it cost them more. Someone drove in from Hume yesterday and paid both installments, but their total penalty was 77 cents. They're just using some common sense. They're saving the stamp, and I applaud them for that.
We're not like banking fair.
No, right. So, other than that, everything's running fine.
Very dog pound?
I'm great.
Good, very good. Okay, all right, Nanette, anything?
Nothing to report at this time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. Aaron, anything else for us? That's always good news. Right, I know you had something.
Yeah, sure. Last month you asked me about EPA's search on investigation at the Collier's garage site.
Yes.
We got a hold of those folks, and they said that there was there did test, and our results indicated that there had been a release, so there is contamination of the soil. They have not decided what their whether they need additional investigation or what the remediation process is going to be yet. That's still under review, but there will be, EPA will take some action with that site. Then the EOC technology grant, the work began yesterday on that. The antenna work was done, and so the changes at the EOC we should see be done in the next couple of months. Then again, the federal government is becoming, only they haven't reduced grants. I mentioned this last month. They haven't reduced any grant funding. They're becoming more and more particular about dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and they have actually pulled some things out of grants. Didn't take any money away from us, but said, oh, we've decided we're not paying for administrative costs for local emergency planning committee. You can just, they didn't reduce any funding, they just reduced what you could spend it for. So we're probably gonna turn money back in that we can't spend because they have, changed the rules in the middle of the grant year. So I really don't know how to address that other than, there was some, change, on training, they had written the grant wrong. The state had written the grant wrong to the federal government. The federal government denied our training funds, which would be about $2,400. So we have to resubmit that to another entity. So that line on the budget that shows it's the second line there, with that $4,000 that's in the hole. It just slowed getting that back. And some of that we won't recover because they changed the rules, probably $300 or $400. So,
Explain what you talking to me about yesterday about the grants you've been working on with the radio.
the radio, there was a grant came out that it was money left over from the 2010 federal fiscal year that the state had, that they made available for narrow band radio. Any response agency, and that includes anyone that's included in, that would be included in the EOC Emergency Operations Plan, and which would be almost anybody in the county. Can receive up to a 50% match to become narrow band compliant with the new mandate that your radios have to be narrow bandable, where they're narrowing the width, so your radios have to be reprogrammed. If you need new radios or pagers, they will match up to 50% of that cost on a first come, first served basis until they run out of money. But there are a bunch of rules that you have to be, and you have to be NIMS, one of them is you have to be NIMS compliant. And there are only 4 agencies in the county that are NIMS compliant. And so they're the only ones that will be able to get the grant. Now the county is NIMS compliant, but there's only 4 other agencies in the county that is.
Why would they not be NIMS compliant?
They just haven't gone through the process.
I remember.
It's more than just passing a resolution. You have to pass a resolution, then you register with the state, and then you have to send in your compliance activities annually.
But anyone that wants to, you will walk them through the process.
Yes, and I've always made that, I've made that clear to everyone in the county.
Okay.
That I will, because that first bunch of paperwork that you have to do to become NIMS compliant is pretty daunting. It's, I think 70 different questions that they ask you, and then you need to, what you can't comply to, you have to come up with an improvement plan. And you don't necessarily, let's say that you had to have so many NIMS classes, but because of changing employees or a fire district, you're changing volunteer firefighters, you'd never be fully compliant all the time, but you could put that in your remediation plan to, and just update it every year.
That's important because they're making the grants available to you.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
What four agencies are compliant?
The county is compliant, the city of Paris is compliant, Paris Community Fire District, I think count, maybe there's five. Crispin Fire Protection District and Brockton Fire Protection District.
So none of the townships are compliant?
None of the villages are.
Did we promote that a couple?
Yeah, I've promoted it like crazy. I've gone to meetings and sent letters and packets. And, there are agencies that just looked at the paperwork and said that they weren't interested. And they asked what the consequences were, and this is the consequence. You're not eligible for grant.
Right.
I appreciate your work. Mark, do you have anything to say? That's always a good thing. Donna, glad to have you here. Thank you. Mr. Eddie? Nope. Speaking news here. Gentlemen, back to back row, have any comment? Sure.
Yeah, and back in June, I provided a letter pertaining to the minutes, the recording of the public session for 911. Last meeting, nobody had any questions on it. I know nothing was addressed at the last 911 minutes. As far as getting it in the record, I'd like to know what the process is to get that letter in some type of official record.
Get your letter.
Yes, sir.
We've asked every department head to supply what you wanted.
No, I mean, as far as the letter I supplied to the board, is there an official record of that? If somebody were to ask for a copy of that, is it gonna be available in some sort?
Can't answer that. Where it should, is that on file?
I don't have it. If you're referring to 911,
Well, yeah, I originally provided it to 911, but I also gave copies to all the board members. The last meeting, nobody had any questions about it.
If you have a copy, I'll make sure it's filed and put in the clerk's file.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
No problem.
You want that file as presented to the board, right?
Yes, sir.
That shall be done. Anything else? Anybody? How about the clerk? Did you forget you?
yes, thank you. Just a couple of highlights. I completed the FOIA training online. I completed the Open Meetings Act training online. I attended an IMRF authorized agent training last week in Champaign, and I invited our field representative from IMRF to come in and do a compliance review, just so we can make sure that we're doing everything that we need to be doing on behalf of all the employees of the county. So we're in the scheduling phase of that. There's no problem. I invited her just to come take a look because I'm the new authorized agent. I want to make sure we know what we're doing. I have signed up to go to a seminar in Springfield for the IEMA, Illinois Emergency Management Agency. Dwayne can explain it in more detail, but as the co-PIO, Public Information Officer for the county, Dwayne recommended that I go to get more knowledge on the workings of the Emergency Management Agency. And it's a two and a half day conference in Springfield. So I'm going to attend that on September 6th, 7th, and 8th. And the last thing I have, I'm really excited about. We got a invitation to submit an application for a sesquicentennial award on behalf of the Illinois State Historical Society. And a lot of times those things get filed, and but I read that, and I thought that was kind of interesting. It's for businesses, organizations, and now they've included county government units. And after talking with Becky Clark, we decided we would go ahead and submit our application. And Becky put together a real nice package of copies of original, when the county was incorporated, 1823, I believe, and some old documents, and then the new pictures from the architect of the courthouse and all the restoration project. We sent him a calendar. I wrote him a real nice letter, and we were granted the award, which is a recognition, and we figured that's going to help promote our county. And we don't get any money out of it. We just get a nice award and a photograph. But I would assume that down the road, if we're ever applying for grant money, we can say that we are at least in the Sesquicentennial Club with the Illinois State Historical Society. And so I was proud on behalf of the county to do that. And going to go to Springfield and attend that award ceremony later in September.
Very good.
Lots of vacations going on in my office, I'm sure, as every other place. So we're having a good summer. Thank you.
Question, Augie, whenever you do get that scheduled for IMRF, could you let us know, because since we kind of overlap a little bit on some of that and we're part of that, could we kind of like maybe get some information?
Yes, we hear that lots of vacations. Perhaps they can do with the last help. All of it, none.
I rescind that last statement. I'm going to strike that from the county.